What if our entire universe, everything we see, everything we are, runs on a hidden mathematical script? I'm talking about a kind of cosmic source code that dictates everything from musical harmony to the very structure of reality itself. So today, let's go on a journey together to see if we can uncover that code, following the clues hidden in the fabric of numbers.
So we have to start with the biggest question of all, right? Is there really a master code behind reality? A set of rules so fundamental that they literally form the blueprint for existence? Well, it turns out the evidence might be hiding in plain sight, and it all starts with a surprisingly simple number.
And here it is. This is our first clue, the fraction 2/3. Now, it might not look like much, but this simple ratio, this is the key that unlocks the first level of the cosmic symphony. Think of it as a fundamental frequency, a perfect resonance that echoes through the universe. And the first place we hear that echo? It's in music. You see, the 2/3 ratio creates what's called the perfect fifth. It's the most stable, the most pleasing musical interval you can have, besides the octave. It is the literal sound of pure harmony, a vibration that just works, with no destructive interfering. This musical harmony is actually connected to a deeper ratio, 240/360. Now here's one way to think about it. Imagine 360 is the complete body of a circle, the whole thing. Then 240 represents its fundamental energetic component, its spirit, if you will. And together they create that perfect 2/3 hum we just heard. Okay, but here's where it gets really interesting. What happens when you look at the difference between that body and spirit? So 360 minus 240, it equals 120. And this number isn't just some leftover. No, it's another critical piece of the puzzle, a key to physical stability in our world. And you can actually see this in nature. It's incredible. When soap bubbles clump together, they always meet at angles of exactly 120 degrees. Why? Because it minimizes surface tension. It's the most stable, most efficient configuration possible. So that 2/3 vibe we talked about, it's not just an idea. It's a physical law that creates balance. So this all brings up a huge question, right? Where does that spirit number, 240, even come from? What makes it so special? Well, to find the answer, we have to leave our familiar three dimensions and take a trip into a place of pure, perfect mathematical structure. To get there, we first need to understand a concept called kissing numbers. It sounds a little weird, but it's simple. Imagine you have a gumball. The kissing number is just the absolute maximum number of other gumballs you can get to touch that central one all at the same time without any of them overlapping. Now, this number changes depending on what dimension you're in. In a flat, two-dimensional world, the kissing number is 6, just like a snowflake. In our three-dimensional world, it's 12. But look at the table. In the 8th dimension, something truly extraordinary happens. The kissing number is exactly 240. So what does that mean? It means 240 is not just some random number. It is the mathematical definition of perfection. It represents the densest, the most stable, the most structurally perfect way to pack spheres together in 8 dimensions. It is the geometric source of that cosmic spirit we saw earlier. Okay, so we found our key number, 240, and we know it comes from this idea of perfect geometry. But what's the engine that's actually generating it? For that, we have to shift gears from the visual world of shapes to the hidden machinery of number theory, where we find these functions that act like cosmic generators. These numbers are produced by incredible mathematical engines called Eisenstein series. One of them, E4, cranks out our light frequency of 240. But you know, for there to be balance, there has to be a shadow. And a different series, E6, generates its stabilizing counterpart, -504. It's a perfect push and pull, a cosmic yin and yang. You know, every good code, every good story, has a feature that at first glance looks like a bug, a weird glitch. Well, in this cosmic script, that feature is a strange, totally unexpected prime number. It's an anomaly that, as it turns out, is absolutely essential for holding the entire system together. And that number is 691. It's what's known as an irregular prime, and it just pops up deep inside the formulas that build this system where it seems like it has no business being. It really does feel like a glitch in the matrix, but its purpose is way more profound. This all leads to Ramanujan's famous congruence. Okay, I know, this formula looks absolutely terrifying, but the core idea is actually pretty simple. It proves that this number, 691, creates a secret connection, a hidden symmetry between two completely different parts of this mathematical universe. This isn't a bug, it's proof of how incredibly deep the system goes. So, in a way, finding 691 is like discovering a master key. It's the number that proves these separate mathematical worlds are actually deeply connected, creating a bridge between the infinite and the finite. It's the thing that guarantees the internal logic of the entire code.
All right, we've seen harmony, we've seen perfect geometry, and we've even found a sacred anomaly. So now, it's time to meet the ruler of this entire kingdom, the ultimate unifying concept that organizes all of this beautiful chaos.
It's called the J invariant, and you can seriously think of it as the final boss or the king of this entire world. While all these other functions are changing and shifting, the J invariant stays constant. It is the ultimate judge, the thing that separates the mathematical truth from all the noise. Now, of course, buried inside the formula for this king is another mysterious number, 196,884. For the longest time, mathematicians just saw it as a random, very large coefficient, but it was hiding what might be the most shocking secret of all.
Just look at these numbers. On the left, from the J invariant, we have 196,884. On the right, we have 196,883. That second number is a key dimension of something called the monster group, the largest, most complicated symmetrical object known to exist. The fact that these two numbers from two vastly different worlds are basically identical, this connection, which they fittingly call monstrous moonshine, is just mind-blowing.
Wow. Okay, let's just recap for a second. We have traveled from a simple musical note all the way to monstrous symmetries. We followed all these clues and pieced together the fragments of what looks like a vast, deeply interconnected cosmic code. Let's just walk through the journey one more time.
It all started with simple harmony, that 2/3 ratio. That led us to perfect geometry in the number 240. We then found its duality in the stabilizing shadow of -544. A sacred anomaly, the prime number 691, revealed the code's deep internal logic, and it's all governed by the ultimate unity of the J invariant.
So what does this all mean? What's the takeaway? It means this mathematical structure isn't just a fragile theory. It's a closed, perfect system. It's immune to glitches. It's immune to what the source material calls slop. This isn't a code that can be broken or patched, because its rules and its structure are one and the same thing.
And that leaves us with one final, pretty provocative thought. We've been talking about a source code of reality, a cosmic symphony. But what if that's not just poetry? What if the universe we live in really does run on this perfect, unbreakable mathematical script?